4.in, and he was helping us with our hackathon. And since it would be, the first hackathon of our college, we didn't want to overwhelm the participants. So we thought of, giving them 10 random app ideas on which they can work, and obviously their own, changes in the app ideas. So amongst these 10 random ideas was a automated notes app. And just at first glance, Mr. Meraj was, interested, and he said that he would have definitely used it as a student. And that was kind of validation we were not, expecting. We didn't know what to do with it, but anyhow, we had this hackathon ahead of us. But guess when we planned this hackathon? It was in March 2020. So, of course, it did not happen. The lockdown happened, and, hackathon was off the book. But we had this idea that was already validated, and we were thinking what we can do about it. And that is exactly when EdVenture Park was getting started. And I asked him if we can apply with this idea, and he said, yeah, definitely, you'll have to go through an interview, but you can definitely apply. And we just randomly, by we I mean my two other teammates, Shan and Varda. So we three applied, and we made this cool black and white presentation explaining what our app would be. We had a very basic idea. So what Lecture Pro does is, when you're sitting in the classroom, when you're listening to the lecture, right, you don't have to divide your attention between writing the notes and listening. You'll just switch on Lecture Pro app and just listen to the lecture. Forget about the notes. And by the time the class is over, your notes will also be prepared. So that was the basic idea. And when we presented this with our black and white cool presentation, we were selected, and we were in the very first cohort of EdVenture Park, and I'm so proud to be saying this. Thank God. And after that, we were suddenly in this business world. We never thought ourselves as businesswomen or entrepreneurs. We didn't even know the actual meaning of entrepreneurship. We heard the word getting tossed around, and we tried to learn its pronunciation once or twice on YouTube and all of that. But the actual essence of it was experienced in EdVenture Park. So this was getting selected was just the beginning. We had to code the entire app by ourselves. We were not allowed to get developers because Miraj just told that we can do it, and we just had to believe in ourselves. So we had this rigorous 45 days boot camp. We learned everything, and we built Lecture Pro from scratch. And within 4 months, it was live. It is still live. It's mylecturepro.com, and that has been our journey. So I think now we can say that we are not even done with our engineering, and we are proud founders, CEOs of our own companies, and that is crazy. The only moral of the story is that no matter how crazy you think this is, it is very possible. It is totally possible. And if you think that I'm a student, so I won't be able to do it yet, that's exactly the opposite. If you're a student, then you're definitely you have the resources, you have the time, you have the passion, the energy. After college, it's all gone, most of it, the freedom, you have responsibilities and all of that. So I think this is the best time you could get started, at least for experience. Even if you don't have a vision for yourself yet, just experience it, I think. And that will be my takeaway, I guess, from this entire journey. Thank you guys for having me. Over to you, Masarat.
Thank you, Asma. Now we have Zeba Uruj from Mukafamja, CEO of Royal Stone.
Hey everyone, good afternoon. Yeah, so bringing your idea to life can be quite difficult, but with the help of EVP, the entire team of EVP EdVenture Park, that is, and under the mentorship of Mr. Meraj Faheem, I was lucky enough to bring my idea to life. I'm the founder of Roll Stone. So it's Roll Stole. And I have been working on my idea along with my partner since the past few months, and the journey has been remarkable. First, let me tell you what my product is, right? So, Roll Stole is basically a wheelchair conversion kit. It's a revolutionary wheelchair conversion kit, not to be, to be precise. So, this conversion kit that can convert any manual wheelchair into a self-controlled power wheelchair. So, the self-control mechanism has a joystick feature and a voice control feature. Meraj usually tells us that one needs to have problems in their journey so that they have a story to tell, right? So I think I'm lucky enough to be sharing my story here. So initially, the idea that my friend approached EdVenture Park was not this, it was something else. But you evaluate your own idea and you come to conclusions that this won't work. So that's what we did. And I got another idea, okay? So when I pitched this idea to my friend, I hadn't imagined that I would be here speaking in front of you all one day. So I got this idea when I was doing engineering. Nobody can fathom the number of change of minds and perspectives that we've had here. There were a number of changes to the idea, to the design, to numerous things, right? So after that, we just, we worked on our idea here. We started making history. So the journey of Roll Stole has had quite many ups and downs, and we almost gave up quite a few times. The prototype was made in 2 days, and it was all great until then, right? Because that's just the beginning. The real journey starts here. So when we actually started working on the original product, we thought we knew what we wanted and how we wanted it to come together. We wanted to attach gas to the wheelchair, and that isn't always that easy, right? So 3 days before the demo day, we came to know that this cannot happen. The person that was helping us out, there was a workshop. We've gone around all over Hyderabad, Raniganj, Koti, and every other place. So in Raniganj, there was this one person who had offered us his help, but I had almost given up. And after that, we had a brainstorming session with Miraj. EdVenture Park doesn't let you give up if they know you can do it, and here EdVenture Park knew that we would be able to do this, right? So we had a brainstorming session with Miraj, and that gave us another breakthrough of how we could get our idea to work. And that breakthrough, and with the help of that breakthrough, we were able to actually bring our wheelchair to life. So the journey hasn't been as simple as I have described it here, because it cannot be put into words. The number of problems that we had faced, the number of challenges that we came through, the number of challenges that we accomplished, the number of tasks that we had to go through to actually get this to work isn't as short and as precise and as sweet as I have described here. You have to give your blood and sweat and every single cell in your body to this. And I think that one needs to have that kind of a dedication to do this. So yeah, our product is actually loved by every single person who comes across it. And not to forget Ms. Madhavi Lata Kopalla. She is the chairperson of Virinchi Hospitals, and she showed her interest. And she there was this Women's Founders Friday that we had organized just before this just before the second wave happened. And that's when she saw our product, and she heard about our product, and we had a video that we showed it to her, and she loved the product. And that's when she told us that get this product, and I'm placing 40 orders with you on the spot. So Mr. Azam Khan, he is one of the investors. He also offered to sponsor some of the wheelchairs. I wouldn't take much more time by saying more, because all I can say is that my journey has been amazing all along, and if given another chance, I would have grabbed this opportunity way before than I did, because I took this opportunity in late 2020. I think I would have taken it way before that, or else I would have approached Miraj and told him that in future you're going to do this, so do not do it in 2020, do it way before that, because I want to get in here, right? Also, talking about the people at EdVenture Park, the vibe at EdVenture Park, everything is pretty amazing. The people, it's not that you work on your idea alone, you work on your product alone. When you're sitting with some problem, everybody comes to help you, okay? And like I had said, like, you know, when we were working on our product and we had faced problems and, you know, everything, there was not just Ilyas, it wasn't just Ilyas, Miraj, or, you know, the core team who was helping us out. It was other people too, you know, the people who have their own startups, who are our companions in the startup world, who are our fellow cohort members. They approached us, they helped us without even us asking their help. So that's what it is all about. It's all about the journey that is, and I'd say the journey was pretty remarkable. I wouldn't want to waste much, I wouldn't want to take much more time, because I can keep going on and on and on, and it won't stop. But since we have a time constraint, I think I'll have to stop here. All I can say is that, you know, if you have an idea, go for it, right? Just go for it. Also, over to you, Musarrat. Thank you.
One thing to add, thank you so much, Zeba. I do have the video of their product running, Roll Stones video. That's a 10 or 20 second.
Sure, Ilyas, sure.
10 or 20 second clip, I guess. I'll just share that. They have put in so many hours, a lot of hard work, and they made it happen. It was amazing. Let's just see. Yeah, so they did manage to convert a manual wheelchair into a powered wheelchair, and they are making great progress. Wishing them all the best. Over to you, Masarat.
Thank you. That was an amazing snippet of their hard work. Now we have the CEO of EdVenture Park, Meraj Faheem. He has been an entrepreneur almost all his career and has started many successful ventures in the past decade. He's the founder of India's first and finest coding bootcamp, the Hacking School, founder and CEO at Code.in, CEO at Notify.com, and ex-innovation fellow of Telangana. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Masarat. You guys have been doing a fab job already. I've heard Asma talk, I've heard Zeba talk, Ilyas speak, and you guys have covered pretty much all of it. I have nothing else left to say. I'll just add a little bit to what these wonderful, beautiful people already mentioned. It's not about where you are, guys. It's not about what you will be doing tomorrow. It's not about what life has in store for you guys. All I want to push you guys to think towards is the fact that you are much more and much better than you actually think you are. Okay, a lot of times, especially in India, I don't know why this is the case, but this is the culture in India wherein we undersell ourselves, we undervalue ourselves, we underestimate ourselves. Please do not do that. You guys are all awesome, really smart people, and you can do it. And if you can't do it, nobody can do it, okay? Have that attitude in you. At EdVenture Park, my primary, let's say, principle, or the fundamental factor that I'm addressing, or the fundamental belief or hypothesis, okay, hypothesis is the right word, is what I think is, given the chance, given the opportunity, if we can make you guys start up early in your lives, the chances of you succeeding will be the highest. And this has been proven time and again everywhere in the world, okay? And the only problem in India is we do not put in as much as efforts as it requires. We do not give it enough chances, right? And we do not give enough chances because we do not have time for it. Okay, we grow old and we graduate. We have pressures, societal pressures, family pressures, and whatnot, and we just end up giving up, right? And for us to not do that, for us to not give up, what I strongly believed was you guys should start sooner. Okay, that is what Bill Gates did. That is what Steve Jobs did. That is what Elon Musk did. That is what Jeff Bezos did. Any success story, pick up any damn success story, and you will find one common thing amongst all of them was the fact that they started super early in their lives. Okay, and they are now crazy successful, not just in monetary terms, but the kind of impact they are creating in the world is just monumental. History will remember them not for the wealth that they managed to accumulate, but they will remember them for the products that they created, the problems that they solved. They have pushed the human race forward, right? And that is what it allowed them to do, because they started a little early, which means they had that bandwidth, right? They had that buffer to experiment with their lives. And God forbid if things do not work the way you planned them, you have your careers. You can just go back to the industry, and industry would love to, adopt you, right? And that is what I'm talking about. Give yourself that chance, and that time is now. Now is the time for you guys to get started. So please take this opportunity. The program is free of cost. There is no cost whatsoever at Adventure Park. You do not pay anything. That means you have nothing to lose. Make the most out of this opportunity. Please apply for the next cohort. The last date for submitting your application forms is 15th of May, but please do not wait for 15th of May. Get started now. The team is here to help. The campus leads at GNIT, Rupeya, Masarat, and the team at Adventure Park, Ilyas, Hajra, and me, myself, and everybody else, right? We will be more than happy to assist you if you need our assistance, if you need our help in filling up the application form. Okay, so we have already put down the website address in here, Adventure Park. You just have to go onto the website, adventurepark.com, and submit your application. On that note, I will open the floor for questions. Please drop in your questions. I'll be more than happy to take them.
There was one question in the beginning in the chat box wherein Saima asked if the classes will
the
be online.
classes be online or offline? So Saima, we work best offline. Our experience is wonderful when we deliver it offline, but health first, safety first. So we are trying to see what can be done around it, and we have not made our minds about it. We will announce it as soon as we decide. Ashwarya Rao asks, do we have to be ready with our startup idea before even registering? You just need to have your idea. You don't need to have your idea ready or built, right? You just have to have that idea on your mind. You just you just mention your idea in the application form, and that's it. You don't have to have anything else. You don't have to be ready with your startup. You just need an idea to apply. Soumya, good evening. Good evening, Soumya. What if right now we don't have any startup idea but willing to work for sure? That way, is the application acceptable? Yes, the application is acceptable. You can still submit your application, but what I would strongly recommend is, yes, you can submit your application without an idea. However, you will have to put down there, what your skills are, what you want to do, and what are your areas of interest and stuff like that. For us to keep your application on back of our minds and invite you for the interview. Okay? And yes, you can still submit your application. Prabhu Teja, which software had you used, sir, to design the wheelchair? You technically don't need a software, but Zeva is the best person to answer that question. Zeva, you want to answer that question?
Yeah, sure. So, Prabhu Teja, we actually did not use a software to design the wheelchair. The wheelchair was already there. It's a manual wheelchair, so it's already there. What we did is we just used some motors, we used some coding, we used some smart techniques to, put it together and make the wheelchair run or electronically, I can say automatically.
Right. So Rollstool is one of the many success stories, from the last 1 year. But we have done so much in the last 1 year. I think it's worth taking a look. So we have this short 1 minute video. If Ilyas can just show that video, Ilyas.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'll get back to the questions after the video. So that's last 1 year in just 1 minute, guys. I can't resist vibing with this video whenever I watch it. Trust me, you have to watch it. In fact, it's on YouTube and Instagram. Please follow us on Instagram if you're not following already. You have the video there as well. I'll get back to the questions. When do we know that we are ready for a startup? You're never ready for anything, Sai Amokha. You have to throw yourself into things and you have to start working on them. That's when you will know if you're ready or not. And trust me, most of the times you are always ready. You're already ready. And even if you think you're not ready, you can just get ready. It's not going to matter a lot. The world was built, by people who never thought that they were ready for the world. So don't chase perfection. Be good at fast now. Keep moving. That is important. Running is not. Aishwarya asks, can we change our idea later in the future? Absolutely, yes. You can change your idea in the future. And this is what we learn during the incubation program. How to evaluate your ideas and if the idea that you're currently working on will work or not, right? And you learn by doing it, which means you'll become smarter and wiser. So that next time you get an idea, you'll automatically start evaluating it. Okay, this will work or this cannot, right? So you learn the art of building new things. You learn the art of evaluating ideas. You learn the art of starting up as a whole. The ideas. Okay, so Saima asks, is there any academic criteria also to enroll? Absolutely not. There is no criteria whatsoever. The only criteria was to have an idea. Just submit your application with your idea. We don't care which branch of engineering you are, which college you are from. We don't care if you have a degree or not. That doesn't matter. All that matters is the size of the fire within you. All that matters is how passionate you are about it, how crazily, madly in love with are you with the problem that you want to solve. So that's the just a few things that we want. Soumya asks, sir, why is it free? If you want to pay us, I will never decline that, Soumya. Please feel free to pay. Okay, so one of the most important reasons why this is free is for the fact that we do not want to have any kind of a barrier. The moment we would introduce, a fee to the whole program, there will be a lot of people who may or may not be able to afford it. There will be so many people who may or may not join it just because there is, fee. India needs a lot of startups, Soumya. India needs a lot of problem solvers. India needs a lot of job creators and wealth creators. India needs you. And now if we can do it, if EdVenture Park can do it for free, then we have to do it for free because that's our chance of making things happen. This way we want to accommodate everybody. We do not want anybody to come to us and say, you know what, I did not do this because I could not afford the fee. And that's why we are doing it. Can I join as a single person because my ideas are crazy? Less people are likely to form a team. Absolutely, Saima. And we would love to talk to you. The crazy the idea, the higher your chances of getting selected. So don't worry about your team. Just jump on it, apply, and I'm looking forward to meet you. Maggie. Okay, I have an idea, and how can you help to get on it? Every idea is different. Every idea is subjective, and so are the steps 1, 2, and 3 that you have to get started with to work on your idea. So for me to suggest you the best way to get started with your idea, I'll have to know more about your idea, and that's why please submit your application form and we will get started talking. Is it necessary to have a team while coming up with an idea? Can we manage it ourselves? You can manage it yourselves. You don't have to have a team. If you have a team, great. If you don't have a team, no problems. You can still do it. You guys can also connect with me on Instagram. My ID is Meraj. You can also ask us questions on Instagram, both on my Instagram and EdVenture Park's Instagram. Right? So, guys, the last date is 15th of May, but please do not wait for the last date. It will be mad rush on the last date. This is what we have experienced all the time. Also, if you need any help, feel free to reach out to our team, reach out to us on Instagram. We are more than happy to help, right? On that note, I think we should call it a day. There is this feedback form, guys. Please submit this feedback form. It's really, really important, and that matters. It helps us improve. It will help us to do the right thing. So please take 1 minute. It's not going to take more than 60 seconds of your time. So just take that 60 seconds and fill this application form. Thank you. Over to you, Masarat and Rupaya.
Yes. Okay, guys, so that brings us to the end of the session. Thank you so much for making time out for this, Meraj sir. And guys, you were a great audience. Thank you, Rajkumar sir, for coordinating with us to host this webinar. And also special thanks to Sushmita and our whole EDC team for coordinating with us to host this webinar. We didn't have it possible without you. And thank you again, Ilyas and Meraj sir. Okay, guys, so you can fill the application form. You can find the application link in the chat box below. You can also reach out to Masarat and me for any queries. We'll be happy to help. I've posted our contact details as well. So don't worry, I'll be reposting it on our WhatsApp group as well. And guys, please fill the feedback form. Your feedback is valuable to us. Thank you. We'll end the session now.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.